All right, what's going on, party people? Now, if this is your first time here, welcome. It's definitely a pleasure having you in. I go by the name of L'Esprit. I am a spiritual healer. Now, technically, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, depending on what you do, what you don't do. Don't matter. We ain't judging on this side. You good? Now, being a spiritual healer, technically, what I do is that I assist other people in becoming in alignment with the person that they are. Right? And for you to do so, it's important that you understand your emotions, the way they work, your emotional blockages, as well as your intellectual conditioning, and that's pretty much what mind control is all about. It's how your mind is being conditioned to think. Then we're gonna get into the mind control. That's where the mind control comes in, because now they are controlling your mind instead of you being, in control. So that's technically what that is. Now, as a spiritual healer, I help you to bring all those different aspects of you to unify them. You make them one. That's how you become what is called the perfect one, or perfection. Perfection, we're not talking about being flawless, but we're talking about being whole. And that's the oneness. Now, between yourself and your body, and now the universe, mind, body, and soul. That's what that shit is. Or I should say, that's the shit that I do, right? Now, if you're coming back, you already know it's always a holy communion here. You know what I'm saying? Get you a plate. Come get your medicine. Now, if this is your first time here, guys, I always give you a little bit of background of what spirituality is. Given the fact that, spirituality is the tool that I use, right? So it's like, so you at this point, you might as well, you know what I'm saying? Trying to figure out what the fuck am I talking about. That's pretty much what I'm saying. So a lot of people sometimes when they look at spirituality, they always think it's something that's far distant from them. It's on that side, it's outside of you. Essentially speaking, or they would say it's religion. If that's not the case, then we could say it's a belief system. In terms of what mostly and how people generally look at it. It's going to be in those three ways. And sadly enough, like spirituality has absolutely nothing to do with any of that. I mean, they're all part of spirituality, but they're not. I'm saying that's not what spirituality is. In fact, all of these things are created by us. We are the creator. We have created. Religion derives. Man created religion. You know what I'm saying? And even if you want to talk about a belief system, well, all that too. In fact, we have a few belief systems. You have the Indians, you have the Tibetan monks, you have the fucking Egyptians. Those are all belief systems based on certain perspective. So I'm saying there's nothing that is. I mean, there's when we're talking about spirituality, there's nothing that's outside of you. It all comes from you. And when you start delving into the mystery of who you are, that's when you use the occult to dive into the hidden culture, meaning the aspect of you that you don't see. Meaning the part that they are trying to get us to be conscious of. So you're not sleepwalking around here. That's when they would tell you in the occult, you have a subconscious mind. This is trying to wake you up. Meaning is helping you to be a little more aware or conscious of yourself. Then they talk about your ego, your shadow self, your conscious mind, your subconscious mind. It is all talking about you. So that's why the occult is nothing but a science that's giving you a deeper understanding of what reality is. In other words, who you are. So therefore, when you're talking about this is you, that's a baby being born automatically. Motherfucker ain't even moving. This is pure spirit right there. Then everything else, we gave birth to everything else. Those belief systems and everything else. But anyway, to make a long story short, essentially when we're talking about spirituality, spirituality is your life. You are spirit. Then you become spiritual once you start to acknowledge it, or when you activate that spirit in you. In other words, you're no longer looking at yourself just as a physical body. Then you're saying, oh, okay, I could meditate. You know what I'm saying? Then you're saying other things about you that you are acknowledging. Then now you understand that your life is based on your perspective. That's why you have to develop your inner vision, and that's what spirituality or the occult is or does. So again, your spirituality is your humanity, like the day-to-day shit that you're going through. And now we're telling you it's not what it looks like. That's how you got to get to know yourself more. That's what the self-realization is all about. Trying to get you to remember the time. Meaning remembering you. And that's the name of the game, for you to be conscious. To attain the Christ consciousness. That's your purpose. That's how you save down here. That's how you escape, or you transcend from the cycle of birth and rebirth. Because at that point, when you start, because when you identify yourself with only the physical part of you, like I talked about that. It's that's where toxicity comes in. Because if you're looking at yourself as just the material side, that's where greed's gonna come in. Surviving, getting money, you know what I'm saying? Those would be your only options, or your best options. Can also be your only options. You know what I'm saying? Those could be your only options too. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, because you don't see anything else greater in you. So as you start to acknowledge those qualities in you, that's how you are modifying your quality of life. You're improving your quality of life. Nigga. That's why, you know what I'm saying, the essence of being spiritual is for you to be a good ass human being, nigga. A cool ass dude, smoking your shit, respecting people, loving people. Because all of that shit's got to come, it's got to be made flesh. That's how you know the ancestors are stepping in. Come on now, nigga. Come on, man. The ancestors are stepping through, man. I love that type of interaction. If you could see it or if you can feel it, it's beautiful. That's how we tapping in.